Yes, sir. So can Mike.
Yeah.
He hit Mike so hard that time on his leg that it was black and blue, all for I don't know how.
Hard to remember a lot. I saw Greg.
Yeah, Greg?
Who are some of the priests going to be here besides?
Johnny, bye, Johnny, thank you. You know this guy?
Yeah, I know him.
You know this guy?
Oh, yes, yes. I remember when he was there, you were painting our house and he came to visit. Yeah. I did. We were
Church.
at Mass.
Church. Church.
Up at our church.
He had the mass up at St. John's. I mean, New Horizon.
No, St. John's.
That was a huge red head. And the other,
Oh, I'm doing fine. Look at here. Look at that. Those pictures that were taken.
I know, hell, I knew you, either your wife or your daughter. Who was it?
His daughter.
Your daughter.
And this is John, you're doggone right you do. He never missed a game, John.
Is that right?
Who's this young man here?
That's, look at here, Artie.
I thought he didn't quite open.
He told me a story about Mom this morning.
Uh-oh. He's not going to tell it tonight, though.
Now, on the count of 3. 1, 2. What comes after 2?
3.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
We love you, Grandpa!
Let's try one more time. 1, 2, 3.
We love you, Grandpa!
One more time. 1, 2, and 3.
We love you, Grandpa! Ow!
That's commercial morning.
I figured that this afternoon, you know.
Yes, sir.
He was a teenager.
When did you graduate? 54?
53.
53.
With all of them.
Okay. Hi, Steve.
Nice shirt you got on
Thank
there.
you. Look at here. Oh, hey. Gable.
Hi, nice to meet you.
I had
They called me that in school.
I had shoes like I was when I played. I was so scared they'd never caught me.
And I learned I'd have to just turn around and fight because I couldn't outrun them. I tell you what, remember.
Well, I thought maybe he did like Artie Riedel. The guy that was in front of him, he tripped him, so he'd come in first. That way he'd never have to worry about KP or nothing.
You know, I used to get so dang mad at old Tommy Rupp and old Verlin.
Verlin Schmidt. Well, thank you. Hi there, young lady.
How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Thank you, Barb. Thank you.
He did bring you something.
Oh,
Oh, this was here.
hey!
This is where you know what the hell you're fixing for. You know.
Great, you guys. Hallelujah. Great. You sign in.
I will. You got something to
You know what I'm fishing for.
Birthday. And that little one, Lauren, you know, the little kid.
Hey! When you see my picture up there in one state, my granddaughter, the one that just went by here, she said to her folks, she said, in him, she thought I had some nigger in me, the way I jumped. I said, the only way they took that picture, that photographer was laying on the floor and shot when I was in here.
You know what I was thinking, Al? I see this, you got your microphone on. I'm thinking that's probably a good thing they didn't have that technology when you were coaching. From
That's
the
right.
stories I hear from the locker room, that probably wouldn't have been very good.
No,
It's
they
okay
just,
now, though.
it's good now, you betcha.
Fishing lure?
Yeah, fishing lures. My good buddy said, all right, now you'll know what you're fishing for.
And that's you right there.
That's me on the dock. Oh, there he is. There he stands right here.
That's what you call a buddy.
Yes, sir. Oh, there's my good buddy here. Arnie, we should have had this when we were fishing. We should have had these when we were fishing and we'd know what we was fishing for.
Them ain't gonna catch no channel cat. Just crappie and walleye.
Just crappie and walleye. That's.
You ever use those kinds of lures before, Al?
Well, somebody asked me if I used that and I did any good. He wants to make sure I let him know.
I want to see how good his memory is here. How good is
Hi, Billy.
Long time no see.
Long time no see. Good to see you.
Haven't seen you for a while. How you doing?
Yeah, great.
You look good.
Oh, thank you, Bill. Thank you. You have a good day. 80 years old.
You're making it.
He said, now you'll know what you're fishing for.
Oh.
They're always around, aren't they?
Ah, doggone them anyway. Look at that. Now I'll know what I'm fishing for. Fishing, buddy. Brought me 2 lures. He said, now, Al, you'll know what you're fishing for. Isn't that something? Now, you wouldn't even do that to me, would you?
No, I wouldn't. I'd have 2 of those.
No. You know, you're another one that won't have a chance on the mic, on the podium. Never to get out of here. I guess. No. That's a younger picture. Yeah. That's when I had hair. Broughton.
Didn't you have
What
two
happened to yours?
sisters?
Huh?
Didn't you have 2 sisters?
Yeah.
2 sisters.
4 sisters. 2 of them are dead.
Yeah, I know.
2 younger ones.
Actually, what happened to your hair?
Somebody took them. This is the picture that I was telling you about. The photographer was laying on the floor taking that picture.
I'll be darned.
Because I know I couldn't jump that high. My granddaughter says, well, Grandpa, did you have some color, didn't you? On the front row.
I didn't know too many of your brothers. I knew Bob and
Come in.
Nice, sir, nice.
How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you, man. Glad to see you. Did you look at the pictures and that stuff?
No, we just got it.
Hi.
That birthday boy? You taking care of that birthday boy?
No, hell no.
You know, the Robertson and here, I don't know where they went to. They were sitting over there.
Yeah, they'll be back. Oh, yeah, you betcha. Yeah. Oh, good, bud. Because they know I fish. He said, look at this, Al. He said, that way you know what you're fishing for.
Yeah, but you never catch any.
I offered him fish, but he wanted me to fry him too.
Every time he goes fishing, you don't give me any.
Hi, Brad. How are you?
Again.
Boy, am I glad to see you, big guy. Hello, Mrs. Bond. How are you? Oh, I'm glad to see you, folks.
Happy birthday.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Dennis Roberts. I thought we were going to have Pino again, but he's going to be back later. DeMario just walked in. Yeah. Listen, folks, go up there and get you something to drink, and there's some peanuts up there. I want you to look at some of them pictures up there, Red, see if you remember some of them. Gracious me. My goodness.
Do you know who that is?
Sure. That's Donnie. No, that's Arlen. That's Donnie, that's Junior, and that's Kathleen.
No, Billy Lynn.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Billy Lynn. Then this must be...
I think that's Susie.
Oh, that could be Susie, yeah. You betcha.
All right.
We're all Mike and Katie.
I don't know where the marker's coming.
She told me that she had a story that's never been told about me.
She's going to tell what your middle name is.
Oh, well, hell, everybody knows what my middle name is.
No, they don't. You would never admit to having one.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know. I don't know what your story is.
Alvin Alphonse.
So you, in school, you wouldn't admit
No. I didn't have one.
Turn that off a minute. You remember the time that test we had and we got the answers and you reversed them and Artie had everyone wrong but the middle one? Remember
The
that?
one right one. I see Artie every day, Marlon. Oh, we're going to have reserved seats for the grandchildren and the great-grandchildren. I don't know where you guys are sitting, but you'll be on one to be around when we sit for supper.
Okay, happy birthday.
Well, thank you.
So you're turning 21?
Just about.
So you'll be able to drink now.
Yes, sir. I'll be able to drink now. Hey, Tommy.
How's it going, buddy? How you
Real
doing?
good. Good to see you, Tom. You betcha.
That's that guy that missed that crucial free
Yes,
throw.
sir.
There he is.
I'll get him.
How we
This
doing?
guy's Neil to work.
He's supposed to be coming.
He better be. Hello, Big Ray.
Congratulations.
Thank you,
I
big
didn't think
time.
you'd linger that old.
Huh?
I didn't think you'd ever get to be 80 years old.
Well, I was hoping I wouldn't. Good to see you, Ray. Steve and them guys are back there. You'll know what you're fishing for. How you like that?
You know, bad part is you won't know what the hell to do with it when you catch it.
That's right. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. The kids are leaving. I couldn't go, Bob. Wednesday morning, if you can. Wednesday.
Everything ready?
Wednesday, what the heck was it? Wednesday's a holiday, isn't it?
Tuesday night. Go to Mass early.
Yeah, I can run over
And St. Nick's, isn't there?
to St. Nick's not till Wednesday.
Well, don't you have one Tuesday evening?
Let's count them.
Okay, that sounds good, Bobby. Sounds good. I'm afraid you can use them. I ain't gonna let them go. If they work, Ernie, I'll let you know. You know, we go fishing and I'm sitting back there and he's up front and he catches a fish and he said, well, come on, Billinger, I got your jump started. What are you waiting on? Now what you're fishing for?
Now, there you go. Now you're not going to use it anymore.
Hi, Bill.
Birthday, you.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Bill.
That's quite a sweatshirt.
Hey, they said Bill Wilson probably got that for you. I said, no. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Hi.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
Gosh, what an honor.
Yeah, isn't that some boy?
Hey, that's all right.
Many more.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank
I want
you.
to know what 21 means.
Are you a Braves fan?
Oh, God. Oh. Like you with Lawrence.
Okay. Why didn't you become a Red Sox fan?
Oh, no. I didn't like the guy that played up there. That guy by the name of Teddy Williams.
The best hitter that ever walked.
I don't give a damn. Yeah, I don't like his arrogance.
It's what?
His arrogance.
Well, when you're that good, you can be arrogant. Look at you.
I never was arrogant in my life, and I won't be either. But you know, he would never speak to nobody, never sign the autograph.
Did you ever read why?
How?
Because when he came up, those writers treated him like crap. Just absolutely, they expected him.
Hell of a ball player.
I didn't say ball player. I said hitter.
Hitter, yeah, hitter.
I have a fishing lure like
Lots of pictures on there. I want you guys to look at that. It is wonderful. Good to see you guys.
I see you.
We're going to have fun later on.
Okay.
It's coming or if
We want you guys.
we'll be here.
Okay.
I'm here. What can I say?
Did you sign in? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Get up there and get you something.
Did you lose him already?
No, sir, but I always keep thinking that guy might have got it. Oh my gosh! Oh my
It's
gosh!
got the whole. It's got the whole bunch in there.
I'm glad he retired. Picture you made.
See that one I'm going to make into a
Frank Rollator said he taught you everything you know about fishing.
I know it.
That's what he just told me.
He did too.
Hey, I see that one I'm going to make into a poster too and auction off at the Days auction.
Did what?
Yeah.
You know what I told you before?
I don't give a damn if you sue me or not. We're going to pay to get anyway.
You got it all.
Yeah, I got it all.
Give me that.
I'm going to blow the damn thing up and donate it to Ace Auction.
I'll sue him. I'll sue him. Then any of you.
That's a good one there.
Yes, sir. That's our wedding picture.
Is it?
Where? You point to that good-looking guy again. I want to see that.
Right here. Right here.
Oh, there he is. I thought you meant me.
I think the best one's the one in the boat.
Yeah, this is the one we want to look at. This one.
Bill Wilson and another guy, a worst boy, was fishing. One of them went down in the water and hooked that carp on my line when I came up with it.
Boy, there's a fishing story.
So, what's the deal with the hat? That's what I want to know.
I lost my hat and I had to tie my hanky on my head.
Hell, you're in. That's a do-rag.
Ornery devils anyway.
What are you doing? Telling stories?
Lord. Hi, Dusty. How are you? Hi, Margie. How are you? Good to see you. My goodness gracious. Yeah. You remember that little skinny guy there? It's Dusty Glassman.
Bob and them are out here.
Yeah.
Remember Bob? He's on the same damn team, weren't they, Jody?
Bob Glassman.
Oh, yeah, sure.
My brother.
Yeah. Oh,
No, Clayton said they sent a card and said that his brother got sick in Hutchinson, so they had to go down there.
I hate that. But that, you know, you can't help it.
No, it's one of those things.
You guys enjoy yourselves.
Yeah, will.
You bet. Alders McGivern and John McGivern, his wife Margie, my granddaughter, Alan's daughter, and her husband, little guy.
Well, maybe next year you can think of
Hello, Fonz. How are you, Fonz? Good to see you, Fonz. My goodness gracious.
Yeah, you get along pretty good.
Good, real good. How's your Bob?
Oh, young man, how are you?
Oh, I'm good, Bob. Good for you. Old coyote.
Yeah.
Old Kate Saran said he'd run forever and never get tired.
You can't do that anymore.
Well, no, but we're a little older, too. Good to see you, Bob. You get up there and get you something to drink and look at them pictures. Hello, little fella. How are you?
Happy birthday.
Thank you, thank you. Tom, good to see you, buddy. Thank you.
Looking good every day.
Yeah, thank you, Tom. You guys get up there. Todd, how are you?
Good, yourself?
Good. Good to see you.
You bet. Same here. Having
Yes,
fun?
sir. Oh, boy. I'll do this again tomorrow. Huh? A little bit. Look at behind you. Hey, how are you, Donnie?
Oh, no.
Did you go and get you some drink or something?
Oh, I better not start drinking yet. Might
Okay.
like it.
We'll go and get you something to eat. There's some
we'll
good.
do that, Mike.
Okay.
Yeah. Suckers, right?
Red's a fisherman. Al, he said, I bought you 2 new lures so you'll know what you're fishing for.
For what you're fishing for, that's your bait.
But I'll tell you what,
Ronnie used to work up at beach with Ron. You look a lot like him.
he's going to be here.
I guess there's a reason for that, huh?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Hey, Mama.
Mother's cake. Yes, sir. Yeah, see, we all eat out at the barn like we did yesterday.
Oh, I see.
We was out at the barn yesterday. Hi, how are you?
birthday.
Well, thank you,
Happy
thank
birthday.
you, thank you, thank you.
birthday.
Thank you, big guy. Good to see you.
good.
Oh, I feel good.
Good.
I've been telling them I'd do this again tomorrow if we could.
There you go.
Well, then you got another reason to do it again next
Yes, sir. You betcha. Hey, look who's sitting over here.
Who's sitting over here? Oh.
Mr. Glass.
Pretty good.
That a boy. Great to see you
Doing
guys.
goddamn good.
The 4 boys are wearing them. And he did that on a computer. Hi, Dale. How are you? Hey, the little, the rest of us.
Everywhere I go, let's go by, guys.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Coach.
No.
There he is.
Hi, Alan.
How you doing?
Real good.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Hi, guys.
Say hello.
Did you guys get your pop? Didn't you get him some pop?
That's where I was just headed.
Okay, good. Hi there. Give me 5. Boy, I'll tell you what, he'll give you 5 too, boy.
I'm fine. How are
Yeah, oh, I'm great.
I just
great.
told
Are you a Braves fan, Al?
Oh, God, yes. Ever since 1943 when I was stationed up there.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah. And I'm crying every day, the last 4 days. And I'm going to cry this afternoon yet, too.
Oh, you
They're
probably
getting
will.
beat.
They're getting beat, yeah.
I
I'm
just
crying.
told Perry, you've got me beat by 3 months.
Oh, yeah, that's right, that's right. Hi there.
Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
Hi, old Michael.
Looks like you've had a nice day already.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful day.
I was going to tell a little story about that deal. You cut my finger off up there.
Oh, Wisconsin?
Up
Yeah,
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
But hell, you couldn't done it. She's only 3 years old. Here's all I got for you. A gold dollar.
Well, thank you, Michael. That's a gold dollar. Well, thank you.
Yes,
Thank
see ya. Take it
you.
easy.
Hey, Mike. I feel so bad. I'm going to have to go help.
You are.
My goodness.
This is really nice. I like your shirt.
Yeah, you like that. Where's Daryl?
Raimi. Raimi?
Real good, Jeff. Good to see you, buddy.
You're looking good, man.
Thank you. Hi, Ron. Real good.
Happy birthday to you.
Can you keep up with him?
Hi, Fitz.
I looked over at Jeff and I said, can you keep up with him? Look, he's following you.
Oh, he's trying.
I know, that's why I said you're moving so fast.
Oh, yeah. Good to see you guys. Get up there and get you something to see.
How you doing, Al?
There, big guy.
How you doing?
Real good. Real good.
Good to see you. You're looking good.
Look at the guy out there looking at the picture.
Who's that? Oh, that's a runner.
That's a runner. That's
Yes,
a runner.
sir. How you doing there? Good. How are you?
Good to see you.
Wow, don't you?
Oh, I'm great, fun. I'm great. I'm great. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Didn't do much.
I'm certainly glad to be able to get back to him this evening, a little bit of that. So I'd like to begin with prayer, and then I assume
My sister Margaret, but she... My brother Mike, just older than I, and there you go. We was out in the field, and the windmill stopped or something happened anyway. And Mike went, unhooked the pump and stuck his finger in there instead of the bolt. And I turned the windmill off and cut his finger off. That's why he couldn't bomb the basketball. The youngest of those of us. There we go. Now, I bet then I ate a little bit and he said, hey, you know my boat only holds so much weight? Now, all of them kind of... Why? Listen to him, why? Every fall and winter he gives me 2 rocks. I'm the gunner. I'm supposed to be a shotgunner. He gives me 2 rocks. He says, you get as many kites as you can with those 2 rocks. You laugh. Now tell me the story.
What story?
Why did I get the 2 rocks?
Well, you couldn't hit them. Well, you can just as many with those 2 rocks as you can anything else.
Boy, what a friend, what a buddy.
Heck, you're all shooting in the air. I never could figure out why. Tell me.
Then I had
Tire's going west. Tire's going west. I don't know why, though. We're shooting at the sun. The sun sets in the west.
I had another good buddy one day. We went kite hunting down at Fort Kansas. We would, if the wind was coming from the north, we'd go to Ashland and then come back clear to Fort. If the wind was blowing the other way, we'd hunt the other way. One day, we saw a kite about a quarter of a mile or better away from our wagon, and all of a sudden this guy said, turn the dogs loose. I looked at him and said, are you crazy? Quarter of a mile or better? Them dogs will never see that kite. I said to him, I said, Dr. Kerner, I said, my dogs, I would never turn them that far. He said, hell, you had dogs that couldn't even catch a cat. Remember that? Oh, yeah. Now I would like to introduce, where the fathers at? Mr. and Mrs. Then Brenner, would you please stand? Mr.
For the old timers only. The ones that understand German. Alle zondag. Winterzeit zijn we ja. Het is wat koud. Hitte aan. Venster in je hei. Dan zit er neer. Heeft dan Spijn. Drinkt een beetje wat uit. Moest ik als venster met een noorden rijden. Heerlijk te verhoren. Sinds de revelatie, ja, dat is waar je kan zo niet. Ja, maar toen geweest zo misdringen. Ik moest de ganze dag regen bij de helft van de huis. Nou, happy birthday, Al.
Arlen wants you to tell that in English.
Stick around here, Al.
I will.
I've got to tell you a little coyote hunting story about Al. Al was a pretty good buddy of my brother Ott's when they hunted coyotes together. And when he started hunting coyotes, my brother Ott had an old 46 Ford with just 2 doors. The dogs were in the back, and Al and Ott sat in the front. One day, the first day, this was the first time he was with my brother Ott. And they were hunting coyotes south of Ellis, out there. And Brother Ott got onto a coyote. He said, "Now, Al, you let the dogs out." And man, the dogs, Al opened that door and the dogs over the top of Al and out into the field. And boy, Al was right with him.
I thought I was supposed to run after him.
I think Walter Meyer and I maybe even saw this.
Walter, remember over there at the pasture clear west of Ellis over there, where we wasn't supposed to hunt?
Happy birthday, Al.
Al, tell him about it.
Yeah, what? It was your fault. No, it wasn't my fault.
Anyway, Tuesdays and Thursdays we go fishing up at Webster. We always met at the south end of Dillon's down there. Al was the first one there in the morning. Of course, I don't know, I think his wife run him off early. By the time I got there, I got out of the pickup and I looked at him. He had a straw hat on. I thought he was working in harvest or something. Standing there grinning at him, you know. And I suppose you're making fun of my hat. I said, no way, I wouldn't do that.
No.
You know good well I wouldn't make fun of him. So we go out in the boat that day, look at him once in a while, grin at him, mumbling something over there. I know it wasn't the other father. Go back home the next afternoon, I go to coffee. Up at everybody's with the gang, and before I left, I said, one of you guys would have a Mexican sombrero, wouldn't you? So, Raleigh stops, says, I got a couple of them. I says, well, I'd like to borrow one. What for? I says, well, got an idea. I'll let you know Friday about it. So I took it home, laid it on the seat of my pickup, drove up the next morning. I didn't put it on until I got there. He was back there transferring the poles over, and I walked out, put it on. He looked at me and says, why, you dirty SOB. He wasn't using initials either.
I'll tell you, that guy pulled more crap. He was another one of them fishermen. He'd get you in the boat, he'd put you on one side, and the corridor of fish was on the other side, and you couldn't get there. He always had the corridor. Gene, don't laugh, you did the same thing to me. The only good fisherman, I mean, he at least let you get half of the fish, was Bernie Murmas. Thank you, Bernie.
I'm gonna teach you a broadcaster's trick.
Okay.
These people over here can't hear you when you stand here and go like this.
Thank you, Bernie. I know that you know it well. I'm sorry, people, if you didn't hear me. I can't repeat it all, but I'll try better for the rest of the evening. And it don't take long because I'm just about finished. If there's no other ones to try to roast me.
Well, I don't hunt and I don't fish, but mine's a true story. This goes back to 1963 in basketball, and you're probably already know what I'm going to say.
Yes, I sure do.
And the story, for the younger people, I'm going to have to change the words. I cannot repeat everything verbatim. But we were playing in the Scott City tournament, and those of you who played for my dad know that the Scott City tournament is kind of the turning point of the year, because if you haven't cut the mustard by then, you're not going to do the rest of the year, so then he always brings in the younger kids. Well, we were in there, we just got down to the semifinal game, and so we went out to eat. He said, let's go back because we're going to find out who we're going to play. So we went and watched the other game. When the game was over with, we were all kind of milling around, and Carrie, some of this isn't true about me, so I'll protect myself. Didn't know me then, okay. So we were milling around, and he said, well, we're going to be going back to the motel room pretty soon. And along came about 6, 8 cheerleaders, and they said, you know, they must have liked the cadet uniforms back then because we weren't that good looking, but they said, where are you guys staying at? So we told them what motel and gave them the room numbers, and there was 2 rooms. So we thought, nah, nothing's ever going to happen. So we get back to the motel room, and it gets better, I promise you. We get back to the motel room, we got a room assigned, and he puts the seniors, which would be Bill Bolick, Tom Billinger, and Terry Staub, and myself. And those of you that know Terry Staub know what I'm talking about. Right, Tim? Oh. And so we're right next to my dad and the assistant coach. And about 2 rooms down was the juniors, had Tony Haas, and Mike, are you here?
Mike, he isn't here.
He isn't here? I saw it. Okay. And Tom Hurl, another one of the jokesters. And
Was here?
Was here, yeah. So we were sitting there watching TV, and we had our curtains open. And all of a sudden, we heard 2 or 3 cars come in the motel area. And out comes girl after girl after girl after girl. And they were parked down there by the juniors. And Terry stops. Yeah, I'm doing this down. We thought he was just exercising. What's going on? We opened up the door, and all these girls are down by the juniors' room, piling in. We thought, Jesus, we got to get down there. This isn't fair. This is the seniors. We got to have the girls. So we're right next to him. And Terry says, we got to get out, we got to get out. So we thought, well, we'll try to get past his door. So we opened up the door, and it goes, you know, like creaking and everything. We finally stopped, we all just froze, just like that. As Terry stayed by the door, and 3 of us jumped back to the beds, and we waited about 5 minutes, and we said, how are we going to get by his door, because he's going to hear that. So Terry said, well, all we have to do, open the door, crawl on our hands and knees, get by his door. So we finally get the door open, and there's Terry on his hands and knees. My cousin Tom gets down, he's on his hands and knees, and all of a sudden here's this bang on the door. Get the hell back in that room, where are you going? You never saw 4 guys crawl so fast in all your life. So, we're back in the room. Just eating our hearts out. We're calling down there. Junior said, yeah, guess what we got, man? We got girls. Just made us mad. So Terry says, I know how we can get out of here. We're going to take the window out of the bathroom. So Terry goes back there. He gets the inside window out, takes it out, and he's back to trying to get the screen out. Must have made too much noise, because guess who come walking over? Came walking over, he says, what the hell are you guys doing? Terry said, you know, I heard this noise out there, and he said, I'm just trying to fix this window. So we finally decided, well, we're going to give up. The heck with it. Not even going to try the rest of the night. We knew better, because we had finals the next night. But it still bothered us, because the juniors were down. So on the way out, the assistant coach, Aaron Fife, says, I wonder why the seniors want to get down by the juniors. So my dad says, well, maybe I ought to go down there and see what's going on. And by that time, most of them left. I think there's only like 4 left in the room. Still 4 enough, 4 guys, 4 girls. So he walks down there and bangs on the door and said, who is it? They thought it was us. He said, it's Coach, open it up. They said, just a minute. So they scrambled, put the girls' shoes under the bed, coats, went into the bathroom. They got into the bathtub, pulled the curtain door, and he walks in the room. What are you guys doing here? Oh, just watching TV. Where's Hurl? He's in the bathroom. So the dad opens up the door, and there's Hurl sitting on the pot. But guess what? He's still got his pants on. So he's looking around, and he knew, he looked at Tom here, he had his pants on, and he kind of out of the corner of his eye saw the curtains move in the bathtub. Can I repeat the rest of this? He opens the curtains like this, and there's 4 girls. Just stand there like that. He said, what the hell are you doing in here? You get your out of here before I call the police. And what evolved from this the next week in practice was the SJMA fast break. You have never seen 4 girls get shoes on, coats on, and out of here so quick in all your life. Unreal. True story, and I was innocent. I really was. Hey, I knew the consequences. I told the guys. I did. I did. And I was innocent, Gary.
One of the finest coaches in the state.
I got to tell you, my first experience with Al Billinger was, I'd moved out to Kobe in about 65, I believe, and we were trying to get the basketball program turned around. All I ever heard about was Hayes Cadets and Al Billinger. That's all I ever heard about. But we finally got a decent ball club, made it to the finals of the Scott City Invitational, and we were going to play Hayes Cadets. Man, I'll tell you, I was a young punk, and boy, was I nervous. I didn't sleep the night before, and I'm going to play Al Billinger. So I get to the ball game. They come out and warm up. We warmed up, and I thought, gee, we got a chance. My assistant was a football coach that just got fired. And I knew we better perform. Well, here comes Al out right before the ball game, and guess who sits down side of him? A priest. Well, I knew my chances were not very good right there. But we led them the whole first half. We get in the second half, everybody I talked to said, you know, if you can stop Alan Gross, you can win this ball game. Every coach I talked to. Well, we were doing a pretty good job on Alan Gross. And all at once, somebody sends, which Father Earl tells me that he's the one that sent him in. But anyway, he sends in Bruce Wassinger, a little skinny sophomore. And boy, I'll tell you what, every time when he gets across the 10-second line, Al's saying, shoot, Brucey, shoot, Brucey. I was talking to Bruce a little while ago, and he said there was only 2 people ever called him Brucey, Al Billinger and his mother. But anyway, I'll tell you, he was hitting every shot he took. And you know, but Alan Gross wasn't scoring. I finally turned to my assistant and I said, boy, I'll tell you, do we need to get on this Brucey Wassinger? He said, no, he's just a sophomore. He said he ain't going to get any more bucket. That's where I made my mistake. I was listening to the Fire football. And Coach Billinger was listening to Father Earl. But anyway, we've had a lot of great battles against each other. And I'll tell you, you are a great man. You were very generous sometimes.
Thank you.
And I enjoyed that. But I also got to tell you something. I got a call this morning. from a gentleman out in western Kansas. And I didn't know the guy. He said, "Are you going to Al Billinger's birthday party tonight?" And I said, "Yes, I am." He said, "Well, I didn't get invited and I don't understand." And he said, "Would you convey a happy birthday to him?" And I said, "You betcha I will." I hope I get his name right. I think it was like Sonny Weinhardt.
Neil, Father Earl still thinks that you paid him off. Yeah. Is Bruce Walsinger still here?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there he is. Hi, Brucey.
Bob Templeton and I were doing a basketball game in the field house. Al was the coach. And it was free throw time, and then I don't remember who the cadet was. And Father Anselm was sitting next to us. Kid walks up to the free throw line, makes the sign of the cross. Bob Templeton looks at, who's not a Catholic, he looks at Father Anselm, he says, "Does that help?" Father Anselm says, "Al Billinger says it does if you're a good free throw shooter."
We had one basketball coach out here that had a perfect record. How many of you can name who that father was? Father Earl Beffert. My son there got married on a Friday night, December day, by several of the priests. Father Earl was one, and I was going to say Father Felix, but it wasn't you. It was the another father. I stood up there next to the wall, like I usually did, watching the ball game, and one of the fathers said to the other one, one of the fathers said to the other father, "Who was that guy? He sure looks familiar." I start walking away, and I walked all the way around the building. On the top of we had a wrestling match that night. We had a ball game the next night. So I wore it, and all the people were watching me and looking at me, and there was one lady there that evening that knew who I was. She said, "I could tell you by your walk." Nancy Demuth was keeping score for the wrestlers that night, and she knew who I was. And so our football coach, some of you guys don't have, and I don't see anybody. Oh yeah, Tony Reuter, would you please stand? Fonzie Reuter.
You know, Al and Artie Riedel used to be great catfishers. And Cy Palmer used to be with them quite often. Al's brother Bill, native classman, and I, Bill back here, we used to fish together. And we caught all the good fish. We caught walleye, we caught crappie, we caught bass. And Al, every time he saw us, "You guys catch all them trash fish." But boy, go look at that cake back there. See what Al catches.
Yeah.
Al, did you throw that cart back?
Gene, I want to tell you a story about that. I was fishing with Mr. Bill Wilson, and again, Bernie Worth. They always pull tricks on me. I think one of them dove down and got that carp and put it on my hook and let me bring it up. Where's that Bill Wilson? Look at him laugh. There's a man that I started kayak hunting with in 1950. Just an old red flag.
Good stories, but I think what we'll do.
You can't tell anything on your brothers?
No.
You don't want to?
I didn't know anything. They kept me in the dark. But I think we'll have you go over by the cake stand, and then we'd like to sing happy birthday, and then we'll have cake. Okay?
Are you ready, Jeff?
I'm ready.
There you go.
Very
Happy
easy.
Birthday.
Very. Thank you.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
Wanda, would you please stand? I got a story about her husband. Wanda, please stand. You could handle the ball. Boy, he was mad at me. Your father-in-law was mad at me. They was going to send him to Hayes High and all of this and that. The next year, he came back, and he was one of the finest ball players, along with Mike Haas. Overtime. Were you down at that ball game, Arlen? Did they let you out of the city? Well, anyway, I know the sheriff, the school buses, him and Joe Stock. Is that right? Martin just came in. My wife, my family, and I, and thanking all of you for so graciously entertaining us tonight, me entertaining you. Have a safe trip home. And again, God bless all of you. And thank you for this fine evening. One more thing. Chris, would you stand one more time? Yes. Thank you, Chris, for 58 years. And again, thank all those good girls up at St. Anthony's Hospital in oncology, my granddaughter over at the other side of the oncology, and Roxy. Thank you all. It's been a wonderful evening. Remember, Dennis, we got cake. You can't go home without eating some cake. Thank you all once again. Good night.